Would you believe it if I told you this image was shot with an 11-year-old camera, a $50 lens, and a few flashlights? Well, let me tell you how. Let's go! Welcome back. Have I got another nugget for you? If you are watching this and you're probably in the beginning stages of your photo career or just simply curious, well, this nugget is all about using cost-effective tools to capture your dramatic images. Let's go back to this image. Actually, let's go further back. In between my commercial work, I like to go to subculture events and capture interesting people. In this particular place, it's mostly goth, vampire, whips, and types of people, very dark and edgy. The beauty of this, the majority of them do come dressed up, which makes it easier to capture portraits on location. Now, I'm not your typical photographer who brings their camera and flash units and roams around the place and starts taking random pictures or does red carpet events. I actually like to challenge myself. I think of myself a little different from your event photographer. I like taking portraits in events. I love cutting and shaping light on location, finding spaces that make the image pop even more dramatic. It's really the ideal way to practice on how to light on the spot. Once you have a location and the right model in front of your camera, which I try to pick out in a crowd, I usually have specific requirements to photograph random strangers. They have to really look cool and decked out. Looking basic and plain, it's just too boring for me. I need something very interesting to photograph. Now let's get back to the how-tos. This photo, can you guess how I set this up? Go ahead and dissect it. It sharpens your ability to notice light, camera, lens, angles, and more. You done? Okay. So here are the basics of the gear. I use my 11-year-old DSLR 5D Mark II. This has been my workhorse for so many years, and it's still working for me on certain small jobs. Currently, if you actually look at online on a used unit, it's about $300. For lens, I only use one, a Nikon 50mm. I attach an adapter to mount into the EF mount, which allows the aperture to be manually adjusted really quick on the spot without having to do it digitally. Now, nothing special to talk about the camera. It just takes great pictures, even for older gear. The most important part about this image is the lighting. I use few flashlights for this image. For backlighting, I used a 1500 lumen flashlight. For the face, I used a one headlight, and for the lower part of the body, I used another headlight. No other extra hands was helping me on the spot. Holding up the light for backlighting, I used a light stand and a grip to hold on it with a Mayfair clamp, leaving me to free up the lighting and the camera. I have a selfie stick, which I stuck a headlight with a Velcro to attach to the end of the selfie stick. This allowed me to extend the light to the left of the model. Having this control with the light, I can easily see the back of the monitor where I want the light to be. Then, finally, I take a snapshot. Once you're happy, we take it on to the next step. The next step is post. I work on image via Lightroom. I work on sharpness, highlight, shadows, saturation, vibrancy, and a few other things. Can't remember the top of my head. Here are a few more samples from my flashlight portraits. So what is the nugget for the day? Basically, you don't need fancy new gear to capture stunning images. You just need the right attitude to approach it. Talent comes from the photographer and not necessarily the newest and greatest gear. I share this nugget with you to show you how cheap and affordable gear can still make a huge impact. Want to see more of my flashlight photography? Go drop me a comment. I can create a part 2 of this video. Lastly, Give me some love. Hit that like button. I will see you on the next video.